Another Star Wars series has just premiered, and I'm surprised with the intro with this one because I wasn't expecting much, and I was still satisfied. Hey, what's up, you guys? It's me, Dear Kid, the review, back again with another video. So, the first two episodes of Star Wars Skeleton Crew has just released on Disney Plus. After the Acolytes release and the decisions based on that show, I thought, okay, so Skeleton Crew is. I'm not really that excited for it, and as you saw with the trailer reactions I did, I said, okay, this is something different in Star Wars where I'm seeing actual environments, household things that looks like my room in the actual Star Wars world. Part of me was thinking, okay, so this is supposed to be like their version of Stranger Things, and the way they keep describing Stranger Things after watching these first two episodes, I don't see it as more Stranger Things. I'm seeing it more like the Goonies slash a pirate adventure. This is going to be a slight spoiler review about the first two episodes because I'm just gonna talk about these two as our base pilot episode for right now. And once the series ends, I'm gonna talk about everything in full. I don't feel like doing this week to week since I'm not sure whether or not the series is gonna go in a different direction as I think it's gonna go. And I gotta say, it's funny how with every Star Wars anthology or every other Star Wars related series, they try to do an opening choral intro. For this series, they did opening text that explains, okay, pirates have been out there and throughout the galaxy, pillaging, scavenging. It starts out with a couple pirates trying to infiltrate a New Republic cruiser, also stating this takes place during the Mandalorian time period. So that tells me, okay, these characters and Mando, Ahsoka, all of them are within the same time period. A couple pirates are on the heist for some credits, and once they opened the vault to the Republic door, they saw that there were just one credit left. And assuming that, yeah, I can pinpoint voices, that guy is Jude Law. And after that, this is where we get an introduction to the new planet at Atlan, which, okay, they're doing some new Star Wars type lore and introducing the kids. And for the most part, when I saw the way all these kids are obsessed with Star Wars, or should I say Jedi, Republic, New Republic, I saw that as fresh because the main character, Win, for this series, he's obsessed with becoming a Jedi or wanting to do something outside of their galaxy. But what's funny is that I like the dynamic between him and his friend, which I could just say is the unclaimed child of Max Rebo. I like the little interesting where they're meeting up at the bus stop and you see both of them acting like they're playing with lightsabers, and I'm like, "Aw, I used to do that shit in school." Seriously, I had pencils, a couple things where I stacked the markers on top of each other, and whenever I try to do a lightsaber, I always try to pick it up and do like the whole stance and everything like that. I was even Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin for a Halloween time. But in this world, it seems like this planet, or should I say system, is not anywhere connected to the New Republic because everything about this whole thing is that okay, they're commissioning these kids to go through school, pick a job, and that's going to be their thing for the rest of their life. And you see, Win is like, I want to do something that helps people, but they acknowledge that, yeah, that's what droids are for, and we don't need people to help us anymore. So it's like, oh, something about this system is different, and I have a feeling like there's something mysterious here. And what I like about this is that the kids in the show, they're not like really immature for the most part, which I have a feeling like, okay, we're going to be dealing with new protagonists. This is something more different since I don't think we dealt with kids besides Baby Yoda and little Leia and Obi-Wan. Putting these kids in the center of a new Star Wars series, part of me feels like, okay, this is going to be a new perception to bring younger audiences into the franchise, but also the fact that since I've been watching it throughout all my life, this is more me putting myself in this show, which I'm like, yeah, so the stories about Jedi, Sith, all that is real out there, but they don't even know if it is real. Just like Han Solo said, Hooky Religious ain't got nothing without a good blaster on your side. And I can acknowledge the fact that watching this show, they're not even in need of a connection to the Mandalorian or a Skywalker or anything out there because I've been feeling like, yeah, we're gonna have to pass the torch a couple times to a couple new characters in the franchise. Like I know they try to do something new, but looking at these characters right here, I have a feeling like, yeah, this is their corner of the galaxy. They don't even need to be in the actual universe, yet they transfer out of the planet system. They actually get into the galaxy out by the end of the episode. And for the most part, at least these kids didn't annoy me, or at least try to say, oh, they're kids, so they're gonna act immature through all this. Yeah, you're gonna get a couple snarky characters, like basically the friend that they have along the way. She feels like she could be the most mature, but she's more of a scumbag to the point where she's like, yeah, I don't need anybody telling me what to do. And she's one of those characters that's like, yeah, I'm not exactly the person people are presenting me to be. But hopefully they could try to fix that along the way. But for the first two episodes of Skeleton Crew, I can just say, yeah, it's a solid start. But now let's see where the journey goes because we've had a couple Star Wars shows start out strong, but then later along the line they do something where it's like, okay, it's good. I like what you're doing here until out of nowhere they just change lore and say, you know what? This is canon and it doesn't make sense to the rest of the franchise. All I can hope for the most part, at least the show's going to be maintaining positive. I just hope out of nowhere, not one episode is going to be that thing where it's like, ugh, this thing sucks now. Episode 3 of the Acolyte caused a lot of divide in between Star Wars fans, even myself, to the point where it's like, yeah, they ruined something that actually made this perfect, but I didn't like the ideas they had with that show, and hopefully enough, this could be an improvement since I already know that they're not even connecting the Acolyte to anything else. I already know it's in the very beginning, 100 years ago, but I don't think they're going to be doing this as much as a deep, deep connection unless you hear something like Jedi. Like, I haven't seen any connections to Luke Skywalker, I haven't seen any connections to the Old Republic Order. They mentioned a Jedi temple, but for the most part, we already know, like, that's their way of saying, oh, the Jedi exists. And the only thing you need to know going into about this show is just Jedi. Like, you don't need to watch any other Star Wars show to understand it. You just got to know the names, a couple of outside environments, and that's the only thing you can get going on Skeleton Crew if that's going to be your first Star Wars experience. All right, guys, thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. All my social media is down in the description below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.